Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today into DeepSeek, a Chinese AI company. They're really making waves. We've got all these articles, analyses, comparisons to OpenAI, Google, even some speculation about like the future of AI and
I think the thing with DeepSeek is it's not just another AI company.
right.
It's like they're challenging the whole, like the paradigm of, who leads in AI and how it develops.
And how it develops. Yeah. And they came out of nowhere, right? Like founded in 2023, just last year.
It's remarkable how
fast they've risen.
Yeah. What's behind that?
Their founder, Liang Wenfeng, I think he's a big part of it.
Okay.
He really anticipated, those restrictions?
Restrictions, yeah.
The U.S. was putting on those powerful NVIDIA A100 chips.
Right. Those are pretty key for
essential to AI development.
And he made a strategic decision to stockpile them.
He just bought them all up. Like, is that...
Oh, enough to give him a head start? And then the really smart thing is he figured out how to combine those power-hungry A100s with less power-hungry GPUs.
Oh, interesting.
So he kind of created this, like a super efficient AI machine.
He saw that coming. Okay.
Yeah, way ahead of the curve.
So was that foresight, the strategic decision with the chips, is that a big part of why they've taken off so quickly?
Absolutely. I think it really set the stage for their success. And it's reflected in their flagship AI, DeepSeek R1.
DeepSeek R1, yeah.
They managed to train it for, get this, $6 million.
$6 million.
That's nothing.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I was reading that the average cost to train like a large language model is somewhere between like $10 and $200 million.
Exactly.
So $6 million. How did they do that?
Okay, so they've got this really clever approach.
Yeah.
They use a combination of reinforcement learning and something called distillation.
Distillation? What is...
It's fascinating.
I mean, what is?
So imagine like you have this master chef, right?
Yeah.
Knows every recipe, every technique.
Okay.
Distillation is kind of like taking all that knowledge and creating this, like a condensed cookbook.
Condensed cookbook.
That still gets you like the essence of the chef's expertise.
So they've taken this big, complex AI model.
Exactly.
And kind of
just
boiled it down.
Made it more efficient.
Interesting.
Without losing the power.
So they're like training AI to be more focused, I guess. To not need years and years of like intensive data cramming.
Yeah, they're cutting to the chase.
Pretty ingenious.
And it allows DeepSeek R1 to, achieve these impressive results without these huge data sets. Or all the computing power they usually need.
And then there's also the fact that DeepSeek R1 is open source, right?
That's another huge differentiator.
Yeah.
Anyone
can tinker.
Can look at the code.
Explore it, build on it. Yeah. That's totally different from that secretive black box kind of approach we've seen from a lot of U.S. companies.
Especially U.S.,
Yeah. Why go that route? What made them choose open source?
I think it's a bold move.
Yeah.
It could be a strategic move to really encourage rapid innovation and build a global community around their AI.
So it's almost like they're saying, hey, let's all collaborate.
Exactly. Let's move this forward together.
Let's move this forward together, yeah. And from what I've read, DeepSeek R1, it's not just another chatbot that can,
It's not just churning out poems and...
write poems or like summarize...
Not writing articles,
It seems to be really good at tasks that need more complex reasoning.
You're absolutely right. They've demonstrated remarkable capabilities in coding, solving math problems.
Wow.
Even understanding like nuanced arguments. It's suggesting a move towards, genuine understanding, not just pattern recognition.
Okay, so this is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Right. Are we starting to see, like, is Silicon Valley freaking out a little bit?
Well, they're definitely paying attention.
They're paying attention, yeah.
There's a sense of, I'd say, curiosity. And maybe a bit of anxiety.
A little anxiety. Yeah, because they're used to being on top.
They're used to being the front runners. Exactly.
Yeah, AI front runners. And suddenly there's this company in China doing things differently.
And doing them well.
Yeah. So let's compare for a second. DeepSeek R1 with some of the big offerings from OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, all those guys.
Yeah.
Where does DeepSeek excel? Where are they? Maybe not quite there yet.
Okay, so one of their clear strengths is cost.
Yeah.
And accessibility.
Okay.
Their open source approach and their efficient training methods make their AI way more accessible.
And more people can get their hands on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And on certain reasoning tasks, you know, those ones we were just talking about.
The complex reasoning?
Yeah, DeepSeek R1 is actually outperforming some of the big names.
Wow.
So it's not just about saving money. They're actually making real advances.
Real advances. Okay, so where do the U.S. companies, where are they still holding the edge?
Well, they've got a massive advantage when it comes to data.
Data, okay.
The sheer scale and breadth of the data they use to train their models, that's not something DeepSeek can easily replicate. But DeepSeek's got something else up their sleeve.
What's that?
You familiar with the Chinese government's National AI Teams program?
I've heard it mentioned, yeah. What's the deal with that?
It's fascinating.
Okay.
Basically, they're assigning specific areas of AI development to leading companies.
Okay.
It's like a national team roster, you know.
For technology.
To technological advancement. So Alibaba, they're leading the charge on smart cities.
Okay.
Baidu's tackling autonomous vehicles.
Oh, okay.
Tencent, they're focused on medical AI.
So it's like a very coordinated effort to really push China to the forefront of this whole AI revolution.
They're playing the long game.
That's pretty formidable, right? I mean, no wonder people are kind of...
Absolutely. And it adds another layer of complexity
Yeah, definitely.
to DeepSeek's rise.
Yeah.
Because they're not just a company.
Yeah.
They've got this...
They've got the backing.
Yeah, this whole ecosystem.
This support, yeah. So that leads to, I think, some of the anxieties, right?
Understand.
Around DeepSeek.
Yeah.
People are worried about China overtaking the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
in terms of tech dominance. And there's this idea of AI being used to advance, you know...
Different political
ideologies, which is a little unsettling. Right?
This is a valid concern.
Yeah, so let's unpack those fears a bit. What are the specific concerns people are voicing about DeepSeek's potential impact on the world stage?
I think a lot of the concern stems from this idea of U.S. technological dominance eroding.
Okay.
You know, Silicon Valley has been the undisputed leader for so long,
Yes.
especially with AI.
Right.
And DeepSeek's success kind of challenges that.
Yeah.
You know, it shows that you don't necessarily need Silicon Valley's massive resources or their traditional approach to develop cutting-edge AI.
So is it really a question of whether the U.S. can maintain its lead?
It's definitely a question people are asking. And then there's this bigger fear of a shift in global power, you know?
Yeah.
If China becomes the AI leader, how does that change the world?
That's a huge question, right? Because we're not talking about just another tech company. This is a technology that could impact...
It touches everything.
Everything.
From economics to military strategy, even social structures, cultural values.
I mean, even things like democracy, freedom of speech, right? I mean, people are worried that DeepSeek's AI being developed under Chinese state regulations could be used to, you know...
To promote certain ideologies.
Or
even suppress dissent.
Right, suppress dissent. I mean... We've already seen AI used for surveillance. Censorship in some parts of the world, so...
It's not entirely unfounded.
It's not unfounded, yeah. But then wouldn't the fact that DeepSeek R1 is open source...
That's the interesting part.
...make it harder to control and manipulate for those purposes?
In theory, yes.
Okay.
The open source model, it promotes transparency.
Okay.
It makes it harder for one entity to completely control it.
So is that the hope, then? That the open source nature will kind of prevent it from being used for those more nefarious purposes?
It's certainly a possibility. But it's a complex issue. There's no easy answer.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it plays out.
Watch and see.
Yeah. And it's not like the U.S. is just sitting on the sidelines here, right?
Right.
That executive order from the Biden administration...
On AI infrastructure.
That was a pretty clear signal.
Yeah, they're taking this seriously.
They're not ignoring it.
Not ignoring it, yeah. But the executive order, that's just one piece, right? I mean...
It's just the tip of the iceberg?
The government's also pouring money into AI research, development.
It's huge investment.
Focusing on, like, you know, AI safety, the ethical considerations, responsible use, all that stuff. And the private sector's not sitting still either, right?
No, they're in the race, too.
I mean, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, they're all investing billions?
Billions.
It feels like we're watching this high-stakes race unfold.
Yeah, high-stakes race.
Yeah. So, too early to say who's going to win, I guess.
Way too early.
But DeepSeek has shaken things up.
They've changed the game.
They've changed the game. It's almost like
I know.
A David versus Goliath story playing out, you know.
It's a good analogy.
The underdog, DeepSeek, comes in with this fresh approach, challenges the giants. Forces everyone to adapt.
It's exciting to watch.
It is. Yeah. But it's not just about which company wins.
Exactly.
Or which country wins, right? It's about
shaping the future.
Shaping the future. Yeah.
A future we want.
DeepSeek's emergence raises some big questions, I think.
It does. About openness.
Openness.
Collaboration. How AI impacts global power.
Right. And that brings us to, I think, the economic implications, right? We've talked about geopolitical power, cybersecurity, but AI could really disrupt entire industries.
Entire industries.
Reshape economies.
Absolutely.
You think about the potential for automation, right? I mean, tasks that require human labor.
Yeah, think about manufacturing, logistics, customer service.
Yeah. I mean,
financial analysis.
All of that could potentially be
Done by AI.
done by AI, which could mean
increased efficiency, lower costs.
Yeah.
Maybe even new jobs, in fields related to AI.
Right.
Developing it, managing it.
Those are interesting possibilities. But then there's the flip side, the job displacement, right?
Absolutely. That's a real concern.
I mean, what happens to those workers whose skills are no longer needed? How do we ensure that the benefits of AI are spread evenly?
Those are questions we need to address now.
No. Yeah. Before it's too late.
Before it's too late. DeepSeek's rise is a wake-up call.
Yeah.
It's happening faster than we thought.
Faster than we thought. So are we at a crossroads here then? I mean,
I think we are.
The decisions we make today are really going to shape...
They're going to shape how AI shapes the world.
Yeah. So will it be a force for good?
Right.
Will it help us solve problems, create a more equitable world? Or is it going to increase inequality, fuel conflict, undermine our values?
Those are the big questions.
And
they're not just hypothetical anymore. They're the challenges we face.
Right now. Yeah. So how does DeepSeek's open source model fit into all of this? Could that lead to a more positive, inclusive future?
It has the potential.
Okay.
Because it allows researchers, developers from all over the world.
From everywhere.
To scrutinize the technology, look for biases, contribute to its development. So that global collaboration could lead to AI systems that are more robust, more ethical, more beneficial to everyone.
But it's not guaranteed.
No, there's always the risk of misuse.
Okay.
Unintended consequences.
Yeah. Bad actors getting their hands on it.
Exactly. It's a balancing act.
So how do we harness the power of AI for good, but also avoid those risks?
We need ethical guidelines.
Okay.
We need smart regulation. And we need constant dialogue between everyone involved. Governments, tech companies, ethicists, social scientists, even everyday citizens need to be part of this conversation.
So this is bigger than just your tech experts.
Yeah, it's a societal issue.
Yeah, I like that.
DeepSeek's arrival, it's a wake-up call.
Okay.
It's a reminder that the future of AI is being shaped right now.
Yeah.
And we all have a role to play.
So to our listener out there, don't just watch this happen.
Get involved.
Get informed, ask questions, engage in the conversation. It matters. Yeah. Because the future of AI is really up to all of us.
That's not a spectator sport.
Not a spectator sport. It's a shared responsibility.
Well put.
So we've been talking about DeepSeek, this company making some serious noise in the AI world, and how their open source AI, this DeepSeek R1, is, really kind of shaking things up.
Challenging a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, challenging assumptions. And it's not just about tech, right? It's about the bigger picture. The implications for, well, pretty much everything.
It's a big story.
We've covered a lot, from the nuts and bolts of DeepSeek R1 to, the geopolitical stuff, the anxieties around China's rise. Is there anything we've missed? Anything you think is important for our listeners to understand about DeepSeek?
I think one area that deserves more attention is education.
Education.
Imagine a world where every student has access to this personalized AI tutor that can adapt to their learning style.
So it's give them tailored instruction.
Tailored to each individual student.
Exactly.
So it sounds like science fiction.
It does sound pretty futuristic.
But with DeepSeek R1,
it's possible.
It's not that far off.
Yeah.
We're already seeing AI tutoring systems popping up.
Right.
And DeepSeek's open source model.
Yeah.
Could really speed things up.
Okay, so what does that mean? I mean, are we talking about...
Think about democratizing education.
Okay.
Especially for students.
Who don't have access.
Who wouldn't normally have access,
To quality education, That's pretty amazing.
It's huge.
But then what happens to teachers?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
The goal isn't to replace teachers.
Right.
It's to give them better tools.
Okay.
So they can focus on, the things that only humans can do.
Mentoring.
Mentoring.
Encouraging creativity.
Exactly. nurturing those critical thinking skills.
Okay, so AI could be a game changer.
It could.
But we have to be smart about it, right?
Absolutely. We have to think about the ethics.
The ethical considerations, yeah. I'm really curious to see how DeepSeek plays out in this space.
It's going to be fascinating to watch. And it all comes back to this question we've been circling around.
The big question.
What kind of future do we want with AI?
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it?
Do we want competition?
Dominance?
Or do we want collaboration?
Shared progress.
Exactly.
I mean, DeepSeek's open source model, that kind of pushes us towards collaboration. Right?
It invites participation. It encourages people to experiment.
Yeah, like it's saying this technology belongs to all of us.
It's a powerful message.
It is powerful, but it's not without risk, right?
Right. Openness can also lead to
misuse,
unintended consequences.
Yeah. So it's a delicate balance.
It is.
We want to harness the good, but avoid the bad.
So how do we do that? I think we need solid ethical guidelines.
Okay.
We need smart regulations. And we need everyone talking to each other.
This isn't just a conversation for...
It's not just for tech experts.
For the techies, the policymakers,
It affects everyone.
Yeah. Everyone. DeepSeek's really put this issue front and center.
That's like a wake-up call.
A wake-up call.
It's happening now.
It's happening now, yeah.
We all need to be involved in shaping this.
So to our listener out there, don't just sit on the sidelines.
Get informed.
Get informed. Ask questions.
Join the conversation.
Join the conversation. This really is...
That's our future.
It's our future.
We get to decide.
We get to decide. Well, on that note, I think we're going to wrap up our deep dive into DeepSeek. Hopefully this has given you a better sense of this company, the tech they're developing, and the big questions they're raising about the future of AI.
And we hope it sparks some more conversations out there.
Yes, definitely. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep shaping the future you want to see.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining.